Now, if you are a coach, a healer, practitioner, human design reader, expert of some kind, and you really struggle to identify what your offer is, how to talk about your offer, and it just feels really challenging to explain it to someone, this episode is going to change all of that for you. Hey, I'm Rachel, and I help you use human design and messaging so you can actually articulate your work in a way that feels good and makes you the category of one. People pay you for your genius. This episode, though, is inspired by a conversation that I had with a client. She is a practitioner for practitioners, essentially, but her work is very intangible. And that's really the key element of this is you feel like your work is intangible, meaning it's identity-based, somatics, nervous system, really coming back to your intuition and trusting yourself. These are all very intangible outcomes. They're intangible things. They're ongoing work. It's coaching. And we have to think about them differently than someone that is selling graphic design work or Facebook ads or some type of skill. I see so many courses right now on like how to do talking head reels or how to use Claude. Those are skills and they're easier to sell in that it's a skill. I'm going to teach you XYZ. It's so different for the intangible work coaching people. And I see a lot of advice out there for selling intangible things, but they're positioning it or talking about it like the skills over here, and they're different. Okay. And it's probably why you feel really frustrated with the advice out there and how to talk about your work. So I want to break this down for you, give you four really important pieces of identifying what your offer is that you can use to write your sales page and content and all the things. But if you don't identify these four things, that's what's going to cause you issues. And you're going to end up feeling like you can't talk about your work or you're over explaining it and not selling it. No one really knows what you do. We want people to know what you do so they can pay you because you're a genius. You're amazing at what you do. We need more people in the world like you. So number one, why is selling intangibles so hard? And what do most people do is they sell the work. So they'll sell the healing session, the energy session, the Reiki session, the human design reading. They're selling the thing, right? Because that's what the skilled people over here do. They sell the thing and then feel like they have to somehow slap on, okay, it's solving this problem and it's giving you this transformation. And it becomes really challenging to go, what am I selling? And so kind of default back to selling the work, selling the methodology, selling the session again. And no one is waking up going, I need a Reiki session. Maybe some people do. Like if you've done Reiki before, you're probably, or I maybe do that with like a massage. I'm like, ooh, I could really use a massage. But I only think that because I have something going on with my body or whatever. And I've done it before and I know the transformation. I know how I feel after. If someone hasn't done it, they don't know. Okay. So let's just dive into all of the four things. Okay. Because I really want you to walk away with a piece of the puzzle to talking about your offer in a really genuine way. The four things that you need to have. Number one, you need to understand what the desire is. And this is not just a blanket transformation outcome. Okay. What do your people get to experience now after doing your session? After doing the reading, what has now opened up for them because they did the work with you. Okay. So that can look like maybe they're able to get more clients, or maybe they've healed visibility wounds. And now they get more clients. There we go. Or because their nervous system is calmer, now they're able to have really deep conversations with their partner, which turns into a lot more passion with their partner. Or maybe they've worked through their nervous system issues and healed different things. And now they feel better after their energy work. I was thinking of my client, her energy, like she helps heal their energy so they don't feel burnt out after doing a session. So what is now possible? That's what the desire is. What's now possible that your ideal client really wants now that they have done the work? Okay. The desire. One caveat before I get even deeper into this is that I want you to go into your ideal client, really know who they are. Who do you want to help? And oftentimes it's either an early version of yourself. Like if I were to try to help Medi Spa owners, which I did for a little while, it just didn't feel right. I was like, these aren't my people. I like the spiritual people. So your ideal client is likely a previous version of you. Okay. So narrow in on who you're speaking to first. What is now possible now that they've done the work? Identifying that super specifically. And what can help if you feel like you're stuck on this is looking at your human design. So like your sun gate can help you understand the overarching energy that you're here to help with and transform people with. So like mine is gate 39. I'm here to really provoke you and align you back to who you are. So that's like the desire that a lot of my clients have, is just to feel more in alignment with what their messaging is, what they're doing, what their business is. So you can look at your sun gate, the energy of that. You can also look at your type and knowing you have the signature theme, or like Jen or Manny Jen. Now that you're feeling satisfied, what do you feel? Like my clients want to feel satisfied that their messaging, their content really works for them. Okay. So your desire, knowing what is now possible. That's how I want you to think about what is now possible because they did the session or the work or the reading. Number 2 is the gap. What have they been doing or not doing that is the reason they haven't got to the thing? It's sort of like they realize they're probably doing this, but they kind of also don't understand it. So a lot of times you'll think about it like, oh, they're just overwhelmed or they're holding themselves back. No. But why? Why do they hold themselves back? Why are they overwhelmed? Go deeper. What are they experiencing? What are they doing that is actively keeping them or preventing them from the outcome? Okay. And with this, we can look at your undefined centers as the areas that are like the quote unquote problems that you help with. So the undefined ajna is overthinking, overanalyzing, and wanting to feel certain. So a lot of times my clients, because I have an undefined ajna, are overthinkers of their messaging. They're overthinking, overanalyzing every little piece of their message to the point where it no longer feels like them. It no longer actually rolls off their tongue and they're like, I don't even know what to say anymore. I'm so lost. That is the thing that's holding them up. The reason that you don't have the messaging that feels amazing, that clicks with clients, that resonates and draws people into your work and sells your work is because you're sitting over here overthinking, over analyzing, over explaining your work. Okay. Makes sense? And so looking at not all, but like which of the undefined centers you feel really called to, they're usually the ones that you've maybe struggled with the most, but you are also for the most part healed. Like obviously I still overthink about things, but I don't overthink about my own messaging anymore. I can help you not overthink about yours. Okay. The third part is the bridge. This is the actual work. So we know what's possible on the other side. We know what's holding them back. Now, the bridge is the work. It's the Reiki session. It's the healing. It's the coaching. It's the HD reading. That's the bridge. Okay. That's the thing that makes you unique and why someone would hire you. So someone could be, another coach could be talking about the same outcome, their same thing, even saying the same thing is holding them back, but the bridge is different. How you get people to the other side. We don't necessarily care what the bridge is. Sometimes we do. Like, really, we just want to know what the bridge is. You're just there. The bridge is there to say, hey, I'm going to walk you through a past life regression, and that's going to help me understand why you're doing these things that are holding you back so that you can have the thing. Does that make sense? Like your bridge is a thing you've probably been trying to sell the whole time, but it's not what people actually buy. They need to understand first, where the heck are we going? What is the desire? I want that. Oh my God, you're right. I am holding myself back. That is what I do. Oh my God. I feel so seen because you understand why I haven't been able to have the thing that I want. And now you're telling me, oh, we're going to walk across this bridge and I'm going to past life regress to whatever. It'd be like, okay, cool. If it gets me over there, done. It's just there as Like, hey, this is my unique genius and unique way of solving this problem. Okay. You need to know the bridge, the methodology, the protocol, whatever you want to call it. That is the bridge from the desire and where they're at and why they're stuck. Okay. And lastly, and this last one is probably what people miss the most, don't identify whatsoever on their page. They kind of stop at the desire, the problem, and the bridge, and then they're done. There will be obviously people that buy just that, but most people have analytical minds and they want to understand, but what do I get? But what's the tangible? And this is where we need to work a little harder with our brains and identify the tangible walkaway things that someone will have now because of your work. Okay. This is probably one of the hardest things to do as an intangible identity, energy based practitioner expert, because it feels like, yeah, but are they really getting that tangible thing? I know I would spin out on this for a long time years ago because I was like, but I don't know if they actually get that. What if they don't? And it was scary to identify these things. Okay. And I had to work through that because I felt like I didn't want to promise something that I couldn't 1000% guarantee. And here's the thing, guys, while I understand that on such a deep level now that I am not responsible for my clients' results, I'm responsible for creating the container that the results happen in. So I create the environment. I give you the skills and the tools and the understanding and the coaching for you to get the result. But ultimately, it is in your hands. You take the information and the tools and apply them and do the thing. But in the beginning, I would spiral out going, I can't promise tangible things. I can't promise that you're going to have more clients. And it comes back to that desire of what's possible. I would feel like I couldn't offer and say, you're going to have more clients because I was like, can't guarantee that. Who can guarantee that? And like, is it out of integrity to even say that? But I really want you to understand that our minds, the way that we buy, we want to know what we're walking away with, especially when we're spending money. When we're spending money, for the most part, we want to know why. What are we going to get in return? Not only the experience, but kind of like some tangible things. So you could look at the flip side of your undefined centers, the thing that you identified in the beginning. So the overthinking. Now you don't overthink and you can actually raise your prices. That makes sense. Of course. Yeah. If I'm not overthinking selling my offers anymore, of course I'll raise my prices. Okay. So if the thing that they were experiencing was for the undefined throat, they couldn't speak clearly. They can't articulate what they want to do. The flip side of that was, now you can speak clearly. And what can you do when you speak clearly? You can ask for the job offer. You can ask for the raise. You can ask for the sale. Like, you're confident in your voice. It's the flip side of the issue you already identified. Okay. That's what I want you to get really clear and tangible on, that will help sell the whole package all together. Okay. Now, the last caveat to this is that you do want to have your bio story with this on a sales page. That's not necessarily one of the 4 things that you identify, but like the bonus 5th one is that you need to have a story. How does your story showcase that you are the best person for this? How does it show us that, like, I can trust you, that you have me, that you understand my problem, that you have gotten some of the results or some kind of result in similar form yourself and can lead me there? That's really showing us that you are the guide. You are the person that's leading the way here. Creating a bio story that goes with your offer is like chef's kiss. It makes everything so much better. Those are the 4 things you need to identify with your offer. If you are struggling to do this and can't figure out for the life of you, and AI is not helping, which it probably won't, to be honest, it's going to send you in spirals. You need not only better prompts, but you need to be able to look at it from a completely different lens. And most people that aren't used to looking at it from this lens of your ideal client and what they really are asking for and needing and desiring. And that is my job. That is like my job, to understand what is going on in your ideal client's mind that will make them go, oh my God, I have to work with you, and positioning you as the person that is like the person they've been looking for all their life. Like, I have to work with you. The category of 1, all the things. Okay. So If you need help with that, please reach out, DM me down below, comment down below, and we'll have a conversation. So those 4 things, I hope that was helpful in identifying more and being able to talk and articulate about your work in a way that still feels like you and the depth and in the of your work, but in a way that is actually going to resonate with your ideal clients and sell your work so much easier. So we'll see you next week.
Your voice is the portal, not the plan, not the template, not the trend.